Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
We're on patrol.
We're on the patrol.
Indeed.
Autobots roll out.
Laborious.
I wonder what would it be like if Master Chief... Oh my god, not Master Chief. I'm so dumb. Optimus Prime. To be honest, either one.
Master Prime.
Optimus Prime or
Optimus Chief.
or Master Chief or Optimus Prime had a country accent.
Oh, God.
I'll need a weapon.
Jesus.
Oh man, the thing is, I was thinking about Halo like recently. Just
Really?
I made the joke with you were playing Destiny. And I saw the battle rifles. Thinking about that.
This new Halo game looks pretty cool.
And I was thinking about Halo because I saw a meme recently that made me think about Halo. That was really funny, and it was
Dude, Halo is always pervading my thoughts
in
some way, shape, or form. But we took another step into the original Patlabor OVA tonight.
Yeah, another part.
Right, back on track.
Mm-hmm. Before we get started, thank you all for partaking in this show. I think we're gonna have so far we've had pretty consistent new listeners. Some lurking, some are talking and communicating, which is awesome. So for those of you who are new to this, please subscribe to the podcast and whatever platform you like to listen to us on. If you're listening on YouTube, give us a like, drop a comment on Spotify, YouTube. Let us know what you want us to watch or what you want us to see. We got at least one.
May or may not listen.
We got one more. I always listen, but it depends on if we respond is the real thing. We got one more part in this Patlabor series.
It's coming down to the wire.
Oh man, I tell you what. I before we get rocking and rolling on this episode, I will say one thing. I being around a bunch of theater people.
Oh yeah.
I think it has I don't want to say like worn off on me.
You've been infected.
I've noticed that like
You've contracted theater kid.
It's just like again, I doing the little bit.
There is no defense.
Oh well, damn it!
Justify it all you want.
Doing the little bit of acting that I have done, it's always been like camera work, cinematography acting. Right. So it's always like less is more. It's all about subtext. Like what is your character not saying, but thinking and getting that point across through like facial expressions and all that stuff. And so to be in an atmosphere where like. So far, I've been told like you got to ham it up, you got to go bigger, and it's like I do an action, and they're like, we love that, give us more, and I'm like, I already feel like I'm being pretty big.
A little more inflection on that. How about
right? So I'm like, anyways, it's interesting because I think it is stretching me and I think improving me in a new way. I get to if at nothing else. To know what it's like to be on the opposite end of the spectrum, so that way if I ever do decide to do some more like acting stuff, or I want to try and like film my own thing, like I so badly want to film some videos for you, like for Hindsight Studios, like do some
Get
funny
another photo
stuff.
Shoot going, man,
dude.
It's been years.
Dude, I'm telling you, don't threaten me with a good time, man. I'm telling you,
it's
I
a
know,
demand.
dude. Once
get cracking.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have some free time in November, and I think that we should do a big old photo shoot. You, me, Ethan.
I'd be down.
Maybe even Chase.
I'm sure he's got a suit liner in the ether somewhere.
Dude, I want to also like throw Mallory into the loop, which I think would be so funny. I've got some new theater kid friends.
If you want a real throwback, get Dakota in the mix.
Oh, dude. Talk about a blast from the past, dude. But yes, so if at nothing else, I think it is also like I'm tiptoeing into like what I would consider the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
and so
you
now
had touched on the differences before, as far as like what I would consider regular acting and theater acting.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There's one I gravitate towards the most between the two.
Right.
But as far as like theater acting goes, I. Like, there's only so much ham I can stand.
Oh, right.
As far as like, because I mean, I watched, like, me and you are both used to, like, the old school Godzilla flicks.
Right.
And how, like, fucking outrageous and insane those are.
There is a point where in early cinema where you can see the transition from silent flicks, like talkies, like beginning stages of cinema where like acting it was very theatrical in like even in early cinema, and then like kind of gets it gets what I would consider more like naturalistic and like feeling more like what we would consider like normal acting today, and it just feels more subtle. But you're right though. I've seen some productions, some theater stuff where it feels a little bit cheesy because it's overdone. I think there are some aspects in this current theater play I'm a part of that kind of feel that way.
Would you say it's medium well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is that like it is this play I'm a part of is the best way I've described it is it's like a rom-com.
Yeah.
I don't think it's intended to be that way, but this kind of new revival it's a part of is kind of turning it into a rom-com in a way. Feels kind of like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
In so many words. So it feels a bit like there's a lot of like coincidental things, storytelling, Deus Ex Machina type stuff that happens.
I've only ever seen like 2 like Hallmark movies in their entirety.
Right.
And neither of them were on purpose.
There you go.
It was just on the TV.
Right. And I mean like Hallmark movie in the sense of like it's kind of set during Christmas.
Oh yeah. No,
so it's like, right.
It feels
it is a bit
like
of
it lines up with the basic gist of what you may consider a Hallmark movie. But
correct.
Once you said Hallmark movie, I just remembered.
Oh God, you're like,
what they were, and I was like, oh no, God, because they're fucking weird.
They
man.
are. Some of them are a bit weird.
I don't understand it.
Some of them, like again, excuse me. Some of them, the storytelling does get a bit like coincidental.
Yeah.
Like you're like circumstantial stuff that's like this doesn't
freaks
like,
me out. Like
this scenario wouldn't happen.
Morbid curiosity. After a certain point, like what the fuck?
Young lady from the city goes back to her old town and meets a young man who's a farmer boy and
some country stud.
Yeah. Like that
and
kind
I'm
of
like,
stuff.
What the fuck is happening right
now?
But
so I think I'm saying there's like elements of that's in this that I think it is. There are serious elements, but it packages it in a way that is meant to bring brevity to it. So it really feels like it's trying to like spoonful of sugar with the medicine kind of thing. It's like we're dealing with some heavy stuff, but we're kind of having fun with it. So you're like, if you really boil this, one of my co-stars told me this. I'm not going to take this description and make it my own. But Thomas, he and I were talking about it, and he was like, I don't mean to get like overly philosophical or like really deep here, but like really boil down what we're all talking about here. And like, there's some dark shit we're talking about here. There's some really like these characters, the choices they're making, the situations and circumstances we're a part of is not normal or happy realistically. Like we're talking about some like pretty, either some bad people or some people make bad decisions or people that go back on previously set upon like, mindsets or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything because you haven't seen it yet.
We got heel turns. We got sacrilege.
We got stuff happening. It's like, but it's also, I think, done in a funny way. And there's brevity brought.
We got funny sacrilege.
Right, we got funny stuff. And so there's some funny stuff that's kind of brought into that I think makes it feel a little bit more easily digestible.
I see.
But whenever you really think about it, the second he was talking about that with me, I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. This is a... Yeah, it's kind of
not something I normally joke about.
Yeah, right. So, anyways, it's gonna be fun. And like I said, to bring this conversation back around, I think it's interesting because it's kind of putting me in a new framework. I've done a lot of like on stage work or behind the scenes or like stage production work with bands and with musicians and productions and that sphere.
Right, but never as like an actual part of the performance.
Right, but also never as like theater.
Yeah.
So like even that's kind of a new thing. So like again, some of the terminology is the same, some of the terminology is different. There's some lingo and some like, catchphrases that are different, but like for the most part, like
a new sub language you got to learn.
Right. And it's interesting because like I think I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm catching on pretty quick with some
he's
of
about to toot.
I always
He's
do.
tooting right now.
I always do. I say that and then I stroke my own ego.
Big toots.
Is I think I'm catching on
That's
to some
what
of
I'm
the
gonna
stuff.
start calling you Big Toots.
I don't know about that, man. I don't want that catching on.
Oh, come on, that's funny.
Well, I'll find a good nickname for you.
Yeah, whatever you say, Toots.
Yeah. It sounds like you're saying toots.
Try your best.
Yeah. Anyways, so enough about that. It's fun, but like this week has been every day rehearsal.
Oh yeah, non
super long because again, as of the time you all are listening to this, it will be opening night.
We will be gone.
It will be opening night for me,
mm-hmm.
but we will have had a show before then. It's like friends and family and a little secret one that you're a part of.
Dude, I'm in the secret show.
Yeah,
shit.
You're in the secret show. The funny thing, we've had everyone that has seen it so far has been either part of crew or is going to be part of like the production in some way. Cool. So nobody outside of that has seen it. So opening weekend is the day this episode releases, this Friday. So this afternoon. But the night before that Thursday, is when we're allowed to have a few guests that come in and
just add that to my accolades. Certified secret show attendee.
It feels. I mean, for me, I hope it feels as cool as it actually is. So like you're on the guest list.
Oh yeah.
So you just stroll up there, and of course, I think other people.
It'll be one of the very few stage plays I've ever been to.
Right. You just walk up there and go like, "Here's my name." And they'll look on the list and go, there you are.
Like,
on the list.
Excuse me, sir. Step right on through.
Please. Yeah. Select the seat you would like to sit next to. So yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm excited about it because I'm excited for specifically Ethan's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's going to be there. You're going to be there. And I mean, like, you talk about like a captive audience, dude. Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think you guys are going to have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I have some co-stars that are like, I don't like to perform in front of people I know.
Well, that's like, too damn bad.
Well, no, I was thinking about it.
Wait, why are you in a stage play?
well, she was saying specifically, like, I'm okay with performing in front of strangers.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, the second it's like a room full of people I know, she's like, if I get the anxiety of like, it just feels a bit weird performing in front of people I know.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I get it.
And I told her, I was like, I think I felt that way at one point in time, but now I feel like, and this could be very wrong whenever I hop on stage, and I experience it another go around in this context. But like, I like performing in front of people I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes if I have the people around me that I know the best, I think I'm going to perform even better.
Yeah.
I'm going to perform even more. It
brings to mind the thought, like, this one's for you.
A little bit. I just know that, like, tomorrow...
They'll get a kick out of this.
I know tomorrow there's going to be at least 3 or 4 people in that audience that I know are here to, like, have a fun time. Kind of watch me be a part of this. And I'm going to ham it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a good time.
You better.
I better. So anyway.
Swear to God.
As we said at the top of this episode, we
watched Patlabor.
Yeah. We did watch Patlabor. This one was a kind of a doozy,
dude. It's a two-parter.
It's a two-parter. We talked about this.
One of my favorite parts of this little OVA series.
Man, it got deep.
Mm-hmm.
It went from.
It starts off with the preface that the SV2 will be on vacation and is currently on vacation.
Right.
So
just talking about like the first 2 episodes felt like it was like, now that we're like watching these like segmented, it's like I think this, we haven't gotten to the finale, and I don't want to speak too soon.
Right.
But this OVA I think has done a really good job of like condensing down the feeling of what the Patlabor show gives you.
Oh yeah.
Those like first 2 episodes I remember being like kind of fun, like setting the groundwork, establishing kind of what's going on. Those second 2 episodes, we're having fun.
Absolute
whack.
Bonkers type shit.
Wacky, fun, comical.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got these there's 7 episodes in total. So we're going to have one more part where it's just that 7th episode. Mm-hmm. But for 5 and 6, it was this like 2-parter. Right. Like now we're getting into like the feeling that the Griffin kind of gave us. Where like you got like the serious like oh shit type stuff. It's happening.
It's got a lot of the bones of a couple of the movies in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially with the like militia like coup d'etat intrigue that is mainly seen in the second film.
Yeah. Where
Goto just so happened to have been friends with this dude who is the leader of this military movement.
Right.
So of course he's just Johnny on the spot. Knows the guy's every move and tactic because they came up with them. But
wasn't there something like that in the show, or am I thinking of a different, or the movies?
You're thinking of 2, the movie.
Okay, that's what I was like. This sounds very familiar.
Characters are switched around and given different roles in that film, but they do follow like the same structure.
Right.
With that, the second episode that we watched does.
Yeah.
But the reason I love these 2 so much is because of the little peeks that we get into the characters' like home life.
Mm-hmm.
I will never get sick of that shit.
Oh yeah,
because
it's also a little sad, like from the perspective. Yeah. I think it progresses through the characters well, and it makes sense that is it. I know it's Shinohara. What is
Asuma.
It? Asuma. Mm-hmm. Asuma, like the basis of his character, kind of like not really having a home to go back to, or like,
or at least doesn't have a good home life,
right? Or is not like super close with his family or his folks.
More often than not, you'll either see him trudging around his family's factory,
right,
yucking it up with his uncle, like his father's business partner.
Of course, yeah.
But besides that, I mean, he's got pretty much nothing else going on,
right? Except for his job as the police officer with the laborers.
Because more often than not, like it's described that his father suckered him into signing up for the force.
Yeah.
Or just sent him away to do something else because they can't stand each other for one reason or another.
Right.
In fact, whenever he goes to the factory to pay a visit.
Yeah. Which that's his first stop. His first stop is the factory, which like, so it just feels very de facto for like that character. Just like, that's where he's going to end up.
Yeah. He's talking to his uncle and is like, and he's like, have you talked to your father? And he's like, yeah, we started arguing on the spot. And it would have been worse if I had known he was trying to develop a fucking military laborer. So,
yep,
that's where he's standing at the moment.
Right.
But I mean, he takes it in stride. He doesn't let it bother him like too much in his day to day. But as soon as he leaves, he just starts moving around trying to find somebody to hang out with while they're on vacation.
Right.
Ends up going over to Shinshi's place with his wife getting dinner ready, and she is fuming.
What a lovely wife she is.
She is. But only to Shinshi.
Of course.
Oh my God.
She cares very much, and some would call her probably overbearing.
Right.
All she wants is like, she's like, bruh, I thought you told me that we were going to have.
It was going to be just us. You were going to pamper me.
Yes. It was going to be
the whole 9 yards. What the fuck is this guy doing in our house?
He's not staying here. And of course,
she's got a fucking knife. Like a cleaver.
Bruh, she's cutting them onions hard.
She's getting a little too close.
Shinshi said, there's like, oh, you're not supposed to go so hard with the cutlery.
Yeah. So, and of course, Asuma can hear everything they're saying in the kitchen. I mean, it's like a foot away.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not good.
Right. He just takes a little peek, and it's like, hey, so I just remembered I've got something to do.
Yeah, I got a place to go.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out now.
Yeah.
And of course, being the polite like host, she's like, "Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. Don't.
You can stay for dinner. Take your time." But nah, no, I'm getting the fuck out of there. So Shinji,
I know when I'm not welcome. That's okay.
Right. So Shinji, of course, like pushes him out the door for all intents and purposes, and is like, "You may think I'm pathetic now, but one day you'll understand."
Oh man,
the most hilarious little bit from him we've seen so far.
You dare make fun of me?
Oh yeah. The funny thing is, we don't get a scene like that with Ota.
You're right.
Yeah, it's only Shinshi, Kanaka, and then Noah.
Well, who's the big guy?
Hiromi.
Hear me.
But
He gets his own thing.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
by
like,
the way, we'll talk about that in a second.
Mhm.
I got kind of sad at that moment.
oh yeah, dude.
I got really sad, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Damn, dude, I think
Yeah. That's why he's one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
So
Wow.
next stop on Asuma's list is Kaneko's place.
Oh, and he's got a crush on her, man.
Yeah. Oh, not after what happens,
Ooh,
man.
hey,
Jesus.
I mean, you know what?
So
I think he may even like her more.
I mean, nah, man. He's got to draw the line somewhere.
I mean, maybe.
So he knocks on her door.
Yeah.
She opens it. It's got a chain lock.
Right.
Didn't even call ahead to make sure she was home or anything.
Yeah.
So, of course, being the on the spot, like ready for anything kind of gal she is,
Yeah.
she opens the door. Asuma jokingly, like, pushes a rose in her face, saying, "This is a stick up." And she's got her fucking gun pointed
Already.
straight at his noggin.
Strapped.
Like,
This is
Bruh.
not funny. Yeah. I was ready for anything.
yeah. Those kind of jokes are bad for your health, I believe she said.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
Nope.
yeah. Not too...
Not going off to a great start.
No. But the next time we see them, they're just chilling out in the pitch black living room,
Mm-hmm.
watching the news.
And this is the first introduction into like what the meat of these episodes are going to be about.
Mm.
Like there's like, military equipment or big trucks and like stuff is being moved around.
Oh, yeah.
And like, so the news is kind of talking about that, of like how, like,
Mhm.
what's going on with the special forces and things like that. And
Right.
so,
Things that you wouldn't normally see in,
yeah,
like, a normal suburban setting are just showing up out of nowhere, like
Right.
tanks
yeah,
coming out of the subway,
right. And it's
military labors.
and it's not like there's something happening. It's just a
Right.
normal time of year is what it
Mhm.
feels like.
And nobody said anything.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so Asuma understandably is just kind of there.
Yeah. He's just vibing for a second.
Like, hey, do you want to like go out and do something?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, I gotta go. He's like, what do you mean? I'm taking the next flight tomorrow morning to go see my grandma in America.
Which is where she's from.
Yeah. And that's when it hits him. It's like, man, shit.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
can't-
something to go back home for.
Yeah, and I can't
Can't do that.
I can't stay here.
I
So
don't
now
got
it's
nothing
like
like that.
strike two. I can't go back there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I kind of get a little sad at that moment for him, because then like the next thing we get is like it's like sort of like overcast, kind of raining a little
Mhm.
bit at this point.
He's at a phone booth
Yeah,
flipping through his little notepad of, I'm assuming, numbers he's saved for his coworkers.
right. At first, this felt a little more lighthearted. Like I think he just like was like meeting up with his work buddies
Mm-hmm.
before they like go do their thing. But
Right.
now is when it hit me at least,
Mm-hmm.
like the realization of like, oh, like I don't think he has a place to go back
Yeah.
to just kind of or he probably has a home, but he's probably by himself or something.
Right. Not much going on while he's got that time off.
Exactly. So now he's just trying to like fill it with hanging out with his buddies,
Mhm.
his work buddies.
Right.
And
And then
then
third time's the charm.
Yep.
Because he gets the bright idea to call Noah, who
right.
should have obviously been his first choice
I'm
if it were me.
I'm almost certain that at some point on this podcast maybe I didn't, the TV show. I
Mhm.
wish they would have flushed out their relationship more in the TV show. But I know that's not the point.
Right,
I don't think
right,
that
right.
was, but
I'm honestly okay with the little tidbits we get
Yeah.
here and there.
yeah, I just feel
As
like
long as I know.
for me, it just felt like it was even if it wasn't resolved until the very last episode, and that's all we get.
Mhm.
It was really like, will they, won't they, for the
Right.
whole thing. And then I just don't, then like, to be honest, it never concludes with like, don't they?
I mean,
But-
they do. You can assume, like, because
well-
it shows there was an episode where they've gone on like a couple dates and stuff like that.
Right.
But gosh darn, they're just so fucking cute.
Dude, I loved also like the sequences with Goto and
Shinobu,
oh, gosh.
yeah, dude, those two are the best.
So fun.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm digressing.
Right,
but
right. So
is she with her dad? Is that who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's just drinking with her dad.
Yeah.
Celebrating New Year's.
Yeah.
And
and of course, as any good father in this probably time period in Japan, is
Right.
like
just starting to worry about her. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I'm glad you enjoy your job,
Yeah.
but like,
you're doing
don't you want to settle down at some
you're
point?
doing dangerous work, and I think it'd
Right.
be nice for you to get married.
I don't want you to get hurt
Yeah.
and end up in a shitty situation.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah. They're just standard parent stuff.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, you know.
But then she's just like, no,
Nah.
I love my big robot.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Those big robots are dangerous. It's not a robot.
That's
it's
the point. That's why I love them.
It's a labor, and they're different, Dad.
Yeah. It's not a It's not a Barbie. It's an action figure.
It's an action figure.
Oh, man.
I feel comfortable when I'm inside it piloting it.
Right.
Damn it, is that so much to ask?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
then she gets the phone call. Asuma's like at just under a bridge in a phone booth,
Right.
trying to hear her and like scream what he's saying.
Over the military vehicles.
Right. He was like, I figured you'd be bored and might want to like go out and do something.
Yeah.
Oh man. And she's like all for it, like gung ho. Because I mean they've worked together
Oh yeah.
long enough and close enough that they're just like really good friends
Right, which is
in
great.
general. But man, as soon as like she tells him where she is, he's like, why the fuck do you live so far away? I'm gonna tell you which stop I get off on, so come pick me up.
Right.
And then they go over to her place and just start drinking,
Oh yeah.
just chugging.
Yeah.
like
At this point, I thought that the dad was gonna say something.
no, he's
He's-
he was hoping for a situation like this.
I know.
Right. So he's just sitting there, like throwing him back with Asuma and Noah.
Oh yeah.
And
And Asuma's taking the lead. He like
Oh, yeah.
he like filled up and he's like, all right, Pops, drink up.
yeah,
It's like, damn, you're forward,
they
bud.
finish an entire bottle,
Oh yeah.
and then Asuma's like, "Hey Noah, can you go grab another?" And she's like,
More?
What am I, a fucking lapdog?" And as they like start getting into it, he's just
Yeah.
sitting there like looking back and forth, like expectantly.
Yeah.
And after a while, after he's just like, "I can't fucking take. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Good night."
I know. No more for me. I can't.
Right. So
And I love how he even pulls like the work card out. Or he's like, I mean, well, if we're being honest here, like we're talking about orders. I'm telling you, and she's like,
Right.
all right,
forward
Captain.
and back up are 2 and 1.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay.
Bitch.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Any interaction between those two, I'd
It's
take
fun.
as like a nice little gold nugget
Oh yeah.
to keep in my heart.
And I feel like that sequence right there was, I think, was a great representation of those two characters,
Mhm.
especially in their relationship.
Oh yeah.
Again, and I think it helped paint the picture a little more for me, seeing the outside perspective of the dad,
Mm-hmm.
being like, I think as the audience that's what we're feeling as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
of like they really won't ever, or they probably will, but like they work well together.
Just fucking get married already.
The funny thing is, like, you guys fight and you're bickering and you're having fun and you're being
Mhm.
playful and like all these things, but I think both of you are just so unaware of each other. Like
Yeah.
the second they're just like
I
allow,
think it's just beneath the surface.
of course. And I think that, like I said,
Neither of them
that's-
are going to say anything,
of course,
but it'll just kind of happen.
right. And that's the whole. I get that that's the I don't want to say trope, but that's
Mhm.
like that's the whole framework of their relationship.
Right.
But it just feels.
It feels
it,
good.
It felt a little more on the head.
Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
I feel love.
Mm-hmm. So, as we
Yeah.
cut to everyone
Oh.
else,
Okay, so wait a second.
mm-hmm.
What's the big guy's name again?
Hiromi.
Hiromi. Is his mom upset with him for
No.
having to leave? Or
Well,
was she kind of like, or was she kind of proud that he was like going and doing what he?
I'm
I
sure it
couldn't-
was a mixture of both.
I couldn't get the vibe.
She comes across as just very stern
yes,
and like tough.
is what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if it didn't,
Hiromi's such a big old softy.
bro, when it broke my heart with that big dude just like turned around, looked over his shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and his mom was like, he tried to like, I almost like apologize or whatever, and she was like,
because of course with where he lives, he does not get to come home like often at all.
So just to preface the sequence I'm talking about to help the audience hear, or at least feel what I was feeling, there's this moment where we get Hiromi and he's like kneeling at this like altar, and it's got in the Japanese culture, like there's like the incense, and it's like this little picture of this man who looks very similar to him.
Right.
So you're assuming it's like an ancestor or some sort of like relative or whatever. And he's like paying his respects. So he's sitting there and he's like at this like little altar station, and come to find out it's his father. So you're like, okay, so like he's lost his father. Like that's, that's hard.
Right.
He steps out from this kind of building that he was in, and his mom is standing out there and is like, were you able to pay respects to your father? And he was like, yes. And, and she kind of feels a little bit like, what's the word I'm looking for? Whenever you're just kind of like, you brush off, like it's not nonchalant, but it's like
stoic.
I guess stoic. It feels very short. She's very short with him about like, do you do this? And he's like, yes. Okay, well, I guess it's time for you to get going. He's like,
hurry up or you're going to miss the bus.
Right. And that's that was the part. It's like the second he tries to, like, he's about to walk away, he stops. And at this point, they're like facing away from each other.
Right.
And you can see from the mother's facial expressions, like she seems like she's a bit like upset, like almost like aggravated, I guess. Which again, coming from his perspective, if I had to like come home for vacation to just like leave early, like I'm pretty sure my mom would also be very pissed off at me, in my context at least. So I can understand that's what it felt like.
Right.
And then
I wouldn't say she's upset with him specifically.
Right.
She's just got to put on a tough facade.
And just probably just upset with the circumstance. It's like I understand the work you do is important, and the fact you have to leave sucks. But that doesn't mean I'm not happy that you're
you're my son.
Exactly. I love you. But there's a moment where like, dude, and I will say there is something about like a strong, or like a strong male character, like breaking down a little bit.
Oh, like a gentle giant.
A little bit. Not even, I wouldn't even say that. I would just say like, for me in my life specifically, if there is a man that I look up to, or there's like a mentor of mine, like that has had that vulnerability with me, it is like it has opened up that avenue for me to also be vulnerable in a way, in a really interesting way, that I haven't had a whole bunch. So there is this kind of like deep seated feeling of like whenever there's a cool male figure that like shows a little bit of that emotion of like, I am a human being and I have like complex emotions, and I even though I'm a man, I can still feel sad for this circumstance or situation. It makes me feel that of like, damn, because I've been there. I've been in that situation where like you got to be tough, you got to suck it up, you got to do what you got to do. Right. But sometimes you are sad, and that's okay. And it's okay to be sad sometimes.
Happens to everybody.
Right. And it's and especially, at least in my context, I've got a mother that loves me and sometimes over loves me. If you're listening, Mom, I know you don't listen all the time, but if you do, I love you very much. Even as a man, sometimes it does hurt whenever I know that I'm probably hurting my mom. Or that she's sad or upset. And I'm like, and I can't do anything, or I'm stuck, or whatever it is that's going on. So this context specifically that Hiromi's going through, like I feel like was like I'm just like mapping myself in that circumstance of like I gotta do what I gotta do. I can't get sad right now. I gotta make it happen, or whatever the circumstance is. But like I know my mom is upset or frustrated or sad about something, and she's like being strong for the two of us to like tell me to keep going. And I'm like, oh, it just made me.
Shit hits.
It made me choked up a little bit because again, he turns around and like just kind of looks over his shoulder at
looks like
his
he's
mom,
about to cry,
and he looks sad because you could tell he doesn't want to leave, and I'm like, dude, I don't blame you. And the thing is, he's like, I won't be back until summer, and I'll write, I promise. And
Yep.
like, it's like, oh gosh,
God
man.
damn.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, and then she doesn't say anything.
Yep.
And of course, the next thing he tries to walk away, and he's like, he tries to like apologize or like just or just takes a deep breath to say something, and she just kind of cuts him off and is like, you better get going or you're gonna miss your bus.
Yep.
Get out of here. And it's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. And for me, I was like, damn, man, that hurts.
Yeah.
It hit a little deep. And of course, then he proceeds off. And that's all we get. I mean, I think he shows up a little bit later, but like, and I was like, oh, if there's one character that I think we get these like little moments of like, I mean, deep clarity on, but like it's not in depth. It's just like deep, like emotionally, or like like with the funny moment with the giant creature thing, where he's like he just like is having this like
soul to soul communication,
existential understanding with this creature, and it's like, what the you know what I mean? It's just such like this hard to understand, but like also relatable. I don't know. I love that guy.
He's a complicated character.
And he's a lovely individual.
Father was a fisherman.
Yeah.
Gets seasick.
Yeah, and there it is.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't follow my dad's footsteps.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, of all the police officers, he's the one I want on my side. So, anyways, it's just, like
everybody could use a hero.
And then we even get some cool like little subtle moments with Ota.
Oh yeah,
him.
This dude has been co-opted into Goto's like
scheme,
anti-terrorist scheme he's got going, because he was one of the other like closest members of the squad that was readily available. But man, as soon as we get shots of like the news report after this whole like military action is like happening, he's getting ready, like all sorts of crazy shit. And he's like, it's you. You're the motherfuckers who are going to be fighting, you sons of bitches. Oh, man. This is already after he's been able to convince like the maintenance team to transfer Unit 3 to a manufacturing warehouse in congruence with like moving all the laborers out of the warehouse,
right,
as like a counter to the eventual like commandeering and hijacking of them that this other dude Kai had in mind as part of his operation.
The kind of main antagonist guy, or this.
Goto's old pal, who I guess just kind of like we're talking shop one day about like, so if you had like, I don't know, your own private army for like a day, how would you use it to, I don't know, make any kind of like demands you want or do whatever the fuck you want, politically speaking? Let's just say, like, hypothetically. In Minecraft.
Let's say hypothetically we rob a bank.
Yeah. How would you do it?
Yeah, how would you do it? Right.
Yeah, it's the exact kind of crazy scenario you'd expect. From somebody with way too much time on their hands. But that's the thing, it fucking works. Mostly.
Which is the crazy part.
Yeah. The only thing is, after some sort of like falling out they had way back when, Kai was evidently the reason that Goto joined the force. Because, if you ever show your face and do this kind of crazy shit, I'm going to be the one to put you down.
Yeah.
So, that's another... See, that's another kind of like... I don't want to say stereotype, but I guess archetype.
Yeah.
That I enjoy between two characters who at one point may have been friends, but through extenuating circumstances are not.
Right.
And are either treated more as like rivals or just straight up enemies.
Yeah.
But it's the nice like past connection there that I enjoy the most. Because they got dirt.
Yeah.
They got the history.
Oh, they got something all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kai just so happens to have a fucking cruise missile.
Yeah.
That was smuggled in through one of the U.S. air bases. So, of course, he's using that as his leverage for his demands. And, of course, everybody's like, fucking no. Or at least everybody on the police force is. Aside from, like, the top dogs who don't know what the fuck they're doing or are making stupid decisions because they don't know how to respond to this shit.
Yeah.
But man, all you gotta do is slip up once in front of Shinobu and she's gonna set you fucking
dude.
straight.
Ain't no way.
She gets these orders from her superiors,
Which
quote unquote.
crazy.
Oh yeah. They basically tell her to just withdraw all her forces and let them have all the buildings they've been trying to secure or have secured
Right.
without a fight.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck are you talking?
Not no,
You're
but
talking
hell
shit. No.
Yeah.
Right. So she tells them off immediately and then goes to act independently.
Mm-hmm.
After which the dude in the room is ordered to arrest her.
Right.
She just
Beats the shit out of him.
knocks him out one good time and that's it.
Yep.
He's on the floor.
Hell yeah.
And they're all just staring like,
Shit.
oh, good. Cool.
Son of a
Amazing.
bitch.
Uh,
Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, can't stop her.
No. There's nothing that can stop
Yeah.
her at this point.
Meanwhile,
And then again, very brief monologue, but you want to talk about her monologue, dude?
oh yeah.
Where she's like, "So help me God, you want me to just let go of all the facilities? We are the police force. If you think that
It's our job to defend this country
It's
from
our-
those who would take it over.
100%, and if you think for a second I'm just going to lay down and let all that take
Nah.
that, what precedence does that set? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
Tell him off, girl. What's up? And I was like, damn.
Right, get fucked. Immediately
Yeah.
after, she gives Goto a phone call, starts chewing him out like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, because at this point, during that conversation, her eyes are kind of open up to the fact that Kai and Goto were they know each other, and so
Right.
like the fact that she knows Goto's whereabouts because he's kind of in hiding right now means that she very well may be an accomplice.
Oh, yeah. No, she
To-
was straight up accused
Right.
of conspiracy.
Right.
Like right off the bat.
Among other things, but
Yeah.
So, anyways, so she, like you said, obviously rings up and is like, "Yo, bro, what the hell?
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with you?
You better let me know what's happening."
Because, I mean, she was one of the first people he tipped off about this, aside from
Yeah.
Detective Matsui, who already one of the best characters in the series.
Matsui's so good,
Fucking love that dude.
so cool.
But, yeah, at that point, I mean, it was basically just a precaution, just so she's not completely in the dark.
Yeah,
Doesn't fly off the handle and do anything crazy.
yeah.
Aside from, just standing her ground against military-grade equipment with a police force.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah. After that, Goto puts out the call to have the SV2 assemble.
Right.
And they do,
Yeah, reluctantly
with a bit of...
coercing.
right, coercing and just a bit of difficulties along the way.
Right.
The first three that are able to link up are Ota, Shinshi, and Kanuka. Now, this is already a volatile combination.
Oh yeah, very nasty mix.
Shinshi and Ota, I mean, it's just very one-sided at first,
Oh yeah.
but on average, Shinshi is usually able to rein him in,
Yeah.
but not at this point, no. Ota's
no.
the psycho cop he's always meant to be.
Well, it also
soon as this-
doesn't help that
Kanuka is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
And
She is basically Ota.
I'm telling you, an American through and through. I tell you what,
It's insane.
I'm telling you, man. She was like, "Hey, you got all these secrets. I mean, I need some hush money."
Right. And she gets a fucking minigun.
Hell yeah.
The kind that they put into the A-10 Warthog.
Yeah.
And as soon as Shinji and Ota see it, Shinshi's like, this is her fucking idea of hush money.
And then Ota's over there,
Just
nose
standing
bleeding, like,
there, frothing at the mouth,
Ota, I mean, obviously the gun lover he is.
Oh,
The
yeah.
second he has that,
losing his mind.
there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh yeah, this definitely checks out.
Yeah.
He's over there drooling.
Mm-hmm. So, while Kanuka was in disguise running a food order, supposedly for the maintenance crew that was taken
Right.
hostage after they had seized that one warehouse.
Clever, by the way.
Yeah. she's able to get back with him after getting a heads up from Chief Sakaki
Yeah.
about an old labor that's in a museum
Mm.
that they could possibly still use. Not museum, rather an academy.
Yeah.
But he says, I did the final checks on it myself. I know it'll run. So.
Right. And you know his word's good.
Oh, yeah.
The second he says
you do
that,
not
you're like,
question
nah.
the chief. So they take that and run with it.
Yeah.
Both figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
They break into the academy and steal the labor. Ota is on the back of a truck
it's so
holding the minigun.
Bruh, it's just that right amount of whack with the wackiness that I mean, he's grasping for dear life at the bed of this truck as they're just like swerving around on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah, and Kanaka's excited.
Of course.
Like, this is the most, like, excited we've seen her.
Yeah.
Like, more often than not, she plays it all cool and calm.
Right.
She may throw out a little joke here and there, but dude...
Well, it's also, I think, like her rank. She is like technically a higher rank,
Oh, yeah.
and so like the more like stoicism of like
she's got an image to keep up.
Right, or at the very least, you know, you got to
set a good example.
You got to rein the subordinates in. You can't go too off the handles.
Right, but not this time.
No, not this time.
Nah.
We're on
technically off the clock.
We're on winter break.
She's able
baby.
to do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, so. I'm driving a truck with a robot grasping onto the back of it. Nah, dude, we're full send or no send. Yeah.
So as they're trying to get to everyone else, they end up going through a very, very eventful highway chase.
Oh yeah.
After which they've been tailed by an attack helicopter.
Crazy.
You can just see
Ota
holding onto the gun on the back of the truck. He's like, I'm gonna shoot him. Can I? I can shoot him, right? And she's just like, fuck it. Wait, no,
stop.
At this rate, you can't use his guns or his missiles. He's gonna make another sweep. Just wait.
Yeah.
So they go through a tunnel, and of course they've got like an entire like platoon waiting for them on the other side.
Of course.
After which Ota pulls in front of Kanaka, who is on a motorcycle at this point, and just unloads this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he hits anybody. He definitely messes up like a few trucks and like cars and stuff, but I mean, nobody was hurt. From what I could tell.
Dude, in true like Ota fashion, the second he just like is off the hook, dude, he just goes buck wild nuts. And a lot of times never hits anything, but destroys so much shit in the process. It's wild.
A walking disaster.
Oh, yeah, just it's hilarious, I will say. But
so, bit of the highway blows up.
Yeah.
Kanako ramps off over to the other side. Shinji and Ota, however, are not so lucky and crash to the ground. Now, those three end up being apprehended, unfortunately. However, Asuma, Noa, and Hiromi were able to get with Goto and commence the counter-op. So, they figure out that this dude, Kai, has the cruise missile, right?
Right.
And immediately Goto has a plan ready.
Oh, of course. He's been thinking on this for a while.
Oh, yeah. So, it's on a ship.
Right.
He's got two ships out in the bay, just sitting there, waiting for an excuse. They take a couple phone calls, yak it up with each other, catching up on old times. And they are able to get a hold of a submersible / air-capable labor.
Right.
For Hiromi to use to be launched from a nuclear submarine from a missile silo.
Uh-oh.
How this labor is able to fit in that missile silo is beyond me.
No idea.
Because whenever you see it like in the silo, it's all like scrunched up and shit.
Yeah.
But man, with how big Hiromi is and how large your average labor is, I can't imagine that thing is comfortable to be in.
No, probably not.
Like he's like hunched over.
Squeezed.
Yeah. So they launch him after distracting Kai with Noah's airlifted Alphonse.
Right.
Just slowly making its way toward the ship. And as soon as Hiromi like gets out onto the ship, everybody starts like just fucking unloading. They take an arm off. There's bullets going through the glass. I was terrified.
Crazy.
He turns right around, goes for the launcher, after which Kai, who has already been described as a guy who would willingly launch a nuclear cruise missile.
Right.
like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Just immediately makes for the switch. After one of his subordinates is like trying to stop him, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Stop. What?
It's just a burning chip, right? That's all it is. And he's like, nah, get the fuck out of my way.
Nah.
But thankfully, Hiromi was able to just get one good grip onto the launcher and just crushes the motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
After which Noah lands on the ship as well and just straight up busts through the bridge and is pointing her gun straight at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Perfect.
Operation success.
Yeah.
It's such a good fucking pair of episodes, dude.
Man, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
What a fun time.
Oh,
like I said, it's true. It feels very true to what the longer form
It's
show
the exact dichotomy of types of episodes you're going to see from the series.
Right. But again, more condensed in like in a very spectacular way. I'm interested to see.
Let's just see
I'm
what
interested.
we can do best.
I'm scared and interested for what that final episode's going to be because I just don't know what's going to happen.
It's going to be great, dude.
I
You're going to
know.
love it.
I just know I'm going to probably be sad by the end of it.
Ah.
But sad probably in a good way of it's going to be a nice conclusion to the series. I'm going to be like, how nice. But it's also going to be like, damn.
I want more.
I want more. Yeah. I said the same thing about the little series that we watched, Arise, for Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah.
That same thing of like, it just as it's getting started, and I'm like, ooh, I'm getting back in the rhythm. It's like, oop, and it's over. I'm like, oh, what's so fast?
Flash in a pan,
Please,
is that all it was?
Please, I want more.
Ugh.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
But before we wrap this thing up though, you and I are looking pretty dripped out right now.
Oh yeah, it's
I know.
It's gotten a bit chilly.
I know no one else can see us, but I've
finally been able to bust out the leather jacket again.
He's got his leather biker jacket on, dude, looking like a real badass, dude. I'm telling you, anybody at home who just imagine, I can't even describe this guy. Light wash jeans, white shirt, got the freaking biker, like the black leather biker jacket on. He's still got his pomp going on. It's just like, I mean,
I'm sure we've done a description.
We have
a loose description,
but like I'm talking about in this scenario.
Oh yeah.
The only thing you need is a cigarette, half lit,
right, or a toothpick.
Yeah, or a small comb and a motorcycle, and you're done, man.
I'd love to have a bike, man,
dude. And then of course, I got this new like red like pullover sweater.
Cozy fit
jumper for my folks back over.
Oh yeah.
And and so
jumper.
I got me wee red jumper on. So anyways, I got this just like red sweater, like pullover sweater that I got, at the Target probably a while back. I say a while back, it's probably been a few weeks at this point. I was like, man, I hope that it'll be cold enough soon that I can wear this. Knowing full well that here in Louisiana, the weather will probably stay hot until November.
I mean, it's going to be pretty damn cold tonight.
That's what I'm saying. So now I'm happy, pleasantly surprised. Now, of course, obviously, it always comes in waves. It'll probably get cold, and it's going to get hot again for a wee minute, and then it's going to probably dip back down and get cold again.
Yeah.
So I'm not, it always, like I said, always comes in waves.
Fluctuates.
But we have to enjoy it when it does happen. And yesterday was cool, and I was like, oh, so nice. Oh, so nice. And then now, today, it was like actually like
pretty chilly.
Like as of tonight, it's supposed to get down, what was it, below 50?
46, yeah.
Ooh, there you go. That's chilly.
I can't wait.
Bro, you tell me.
It's going to be so nice in the
morning. Went ahead, I just turned on the heater just briefly to like knock off all the dust and,
It's like a completely different like feeling.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane to me.
It is.
Reminds me of all the lovely like wintry times.
Oh, yeah. It's a great feeling. I love it. I'm probably going to be sleeping real good tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All cozied up in the bed. So, yeah. But I was thinking about that as I was sitting here. I'm like, I'm wearing what I would consider like standard fit for me.
Yeah.
as I always do, I always wear black jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a cartoon character. I've got a large selection of black denim pants that I cycle through,
Right.
and that's that because that's all I need, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've got cozy pants like at the house, or
Right.
like things I can wear in the house a little bit. But like, you ever see me, dude? I'm wearing one of my many pairs of black denim jeans.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's all I need. Well, I have had that conversation with people before,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Why?" And I was like, first of all, why not?
Yeah.
But no, but
What's it to you?
Yeah, but it's more so like
You got a problem?
it's more so, and this is going to sound like the most artistic, probably pretentious
boy,
thing.
here we go.
My pretentious thing. Hold on, let me find that soapbox I always get onto again. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm on it now. Is it just is one less thing for me to think about in the mornings.
I wouldn't say that's pretentious.
No,
much
but it's more so. I'm going to elaborate. Like it's the same.
okay,
it's the same
okay.
thing that like.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
No. It's the same thing that like Steve Jobs would say.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Jobs always had, except he was I would say even further along than I am, which I hope to never get like that. He had the same pair of Birkenstocks. He had, I think, the same like brand of jeans or pants of some kind, and then like the same brand of turtleneck sweater, and had multiples of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why he said he did that was obviously because he was like, when I get up in the morning, I don't have to worry about like what to wear. I don't have to worry about what I look like, whatever. Damn. It's just like I can just get up and I know what I'm going to wear, and that is what it is, as long as it's clean or whatever. Or he obviously, I think he had some like more genius way of putting it, where he's like, I'm my brain power has to be put towards good use, whatever. More so for me, it's like I like the fit and feel of these brand of black denim jeans. So I usually, whenever I wear out one of the pair, I usually will
grab the replacement.
Well, no, I'll dispose of them and then buy replacements. But then so it's like this gradient of like the oldest to the newest, and then once the oldest get too old, I just buy some newer ones, and it's just this like progressive like gradient cycle of like worn out jeans. But anyways, it makes me feel comfortable. And again, for me,
what feels good
as an artist. My brain is. Here we go.
My big brain
has so many.
My abundance of innovative thoughts.
So many projects and so much music to make, and so much acting to be a part of. I can't be bothered.
Criminy, what a load!
I can't be bothered to think about anything else except for what shirt do I want to wear today? What color does this Wednesday afternoon feel like? That's the only thing I want to think of in the mornings.
Oh, man.
I'm obviously joking. I'm joking.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Only partially. I'm telling you, don't give.
If anyone could see the face
dude,
I just made.
I'm telling you, man, that was a look right there.
Daggers.
I felt it. I mean, it is a part of that. I do feel comfortable in these jeans, and I do feel like I do have other that I wear, but I like having I like kind of a select. I like having an outfit, a statement piece. So but it is nice. The weather is nice, and I'm so excited for the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, oh man, the Renaissance Festival's coming up.
Yeah. Damn straight.
And I'm hoping that like this. I hope we have a cool. And I'm not even saying a cold. I just hope we have a cool, nice November, because I am planning on getting some new costume pieces for my Renaissance Fair character, and dude, I can't wait. You know what I thought about doing?
What?
I thought about starting an Instagram page.
Really?
For my like Renaissance character guy I got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crown, I got the amulet of kings over there.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I got all the cool outfit pieces that I thought about wearing, and I was like, I just want to do like a bunch of cool like photo shoots out in the woods and just like do some cool fun.
Yeah,
but I was like, I may not do that. I may just post that on.
If you want to.
Is what it is.
Who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, for those of you who can't tell, we're past Dylan's bedtime, so it's time to.
I'm will eat.
Yeah, I'm just a will eat. Yeah, man, dude.
I want my blankie.
I'm gonna take a nap. Dude, when I tell you, I can't even begin to tell you how tired I am right now.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah,
It's
and
dangerous.
also, like I haven't. I've been able to pace myself throughout the past few weeks doing these rehearsals, but because we've done the rehearsal like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course the first like family and friends show will be Thursday.
Yeah.
I've been going at it full every night, like for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm a bit mentally worn out, but like my legs are starting to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working out my upper body some like to help out with like the catch in the dance and some other parts like that. But I haven't
spoil nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not spoiling nothing. But I haven't worked out my legs a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a little bit, but like not. I haven't stress tested it like I have these past like few days. So like doing some squats and doing like running between set pieces and standing, and then of course finding some time to sit and all that stuff. I'm like I now in the process of standing up, like my thighs are like, ooh, we're just a little sore. It's like, ow, we're just a little sore.
Yeah.
You need to relax. I'm like, I can't. I gotta keep going. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Indeed,
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, for those who are looking to find us,
you can't.
Well, you can't find Dylan, but you can find the podcast on all the major podcasting platforms. You can just type in The Aftermath, probably show up somewhere on there. For those of you who don't know, obviously, I think in most of the episodes in my Instagram or wherever else as well, we have the link tree that I used to always like throw to
/Ian Wolf.
Exactly, where you can see all the links there. I kind of readjusted some things, so like now, like the Hindsight Studios YouTube channel is there, which has both the About Nothing podcast as well as the Aftermath. So if you want to see all those episodes, it's all there. I got the Spotify link, so like if you want to like that one-stop shop to get to all of our stuff, I even have Dylan's Instagram.
Oh shit!
Posted on there, which I don't think he's posted anything on that. But
nope.
If you want to give him a follow,
completely forgot about it.
If you want to give him a follow, he's hidden in there somewhere.
Oh man!
But yes, obviously, like I've said over the past few episodes, there are comment sections underneath the YouTube videos as well as the Spotify. So if you want to give us a comment, that would be really cool. I usually always read those and try to respond to them. I appreciate it. Give us a like, subscribe, and we love you. Say it back.
Ian loves you.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, I see how it is.
I don't know these people.
Well, I appreciate all of you. And until next time, thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Bye-bye.
That was great.
Dude, that was the
shit.
That was the perfect pause.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I love you. Huh?
Fuck you mean?
Say it back. Oh,